Hello everybody, welcome to Tiffany Lives Tarot. I'm Tiffany and I make tarot down to earth and practical so you know exactly how to move forward with your life. Today we are having a topic-based reading for guilt. I was having a really interesting conversation with one of my girlfriends the other day about guilt, and it just inspired me to do this reading because that's something that we all have. All of us are subject to guilt at some time or another. So I want to take a look today at how guilt is currently affecting us, what we could transform it into, and how do we transform it. All right, so I'm just getting couple more cards here. Now, if you haven't done so already, please click on the button below and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, you can follow me on Facebook. I'm at Tiffany Lives Tarot. And if you go to tiffanylives.com and sign up for my email list, you will get a free 10-minute reading just for signing up. All right, let's take a look at our first question here is, how is this guilt affecting our lives right now? Okay, we have the Sister Earth and the Empress in reverse. Now, the Sister Earth, when we're holding on to guilt, it festers inside of us. It doesn't go anywhere. It can't move. It has no outlet. And then it becomes the thing that energizes us because we're guilty to the core, right? We're feeling badly about ourselves. But then this guilt becomes the paradigm that steers us throughout our day, right? It helps us make decisions. It determines just how we feel throughout the day. And guilt as a paradigm is not recommended at all. So yeah, there's our guilt stuck inside of us, not moving, not going anywhere, and now causing us to act in certain ways and make certain decisions. This cuts off our life force. This is the Empress in reverse. When the Empress is in the upright, this is love and nurturing, and the Mother Earth is the ultimate mother goddess, mother Earth. She gives life, she's nourishing, she's nurturing, and we don't have to be a woman to feel this. This is something we all have access to, men and women, but if we're feeling guilty, that gets cut off. It gets cut off because we don't think we deserve it. And then that guilt becomes as regular part of our lives as breathing does. And we don't even notice it anymore. And we might just shortchange ourselves. You know, when we have guilt, it doesn't mean we're avidly or obviously destroying our lives. It can come about in maybe you shortchange yourself in the kind of foods that you buy for yourself, or if you let people treat you badly, or how much you self-sabotage. Like, it's not always obvious, but it is there. It is there and active within us. So let's see, what could we transform guilt into? We've got 3 cards here. We've got ceremony, invocation, go the distance in reverse, and new life. All right, with ceremony, invocation, what this tells me is that whatever guilt you're feeling is not going to be processed in your head on the way to the grocery store. You need to consciously carve out time and sit down with intention, with the intention of being present with the guilt and the situation, whatever it is that you're feeling with it. And it's really important. It's funny that it says ceremony, invocation. This is talking about a ritual. And ritual does not have to be woo-woo. Think about it. For example, a wedding. A wedding is a ceremony. It's a ritual. And we have it because we know that that event is sacred and it is special. And ironically, that is exactly how we need to approach our guilt, because we're looking for reverence. That's what we're looking for, reverence. When we're feeling guilty, think about how low down and dirty you feel when you feel guilty about something. You can't break out of that prison by bashing yourself, by thinking negatively about yourself. But we're not in a position necessarily to forgive ourselves either if we are taking on guilt. The only way to do that is to find reverence. And how do we do that? By showing up for our God, for our sense of spirit, showing up with reverence, approaching our God, our sense of spirit with reverence. Wow. Now, with this go the distance card, this is about building resilience. And also, ironically, when we feel guilty, it is an opportunity to build resilience, but we have to take it, because typically we're just going to bash ourselves. Like I was saying before, we have the option to continue to do that, or the other option is to crawl our way out of that pit of guilt. And when we do, because we're building resilience, we come out wiser, we come out stronger, we're acting differently, because we never want to feel this way again. We never want to get ourselves back into that situation again. So reverence and resilience, this is what we need to transform that guilt into. Oh, and this is what gives us new life. Look at, she's broken out of her shell from the past. She's waking up. She feels alive. She's re-energized because she's been re-energized by her reverence, by her sense of spirit. And that's what has given her permission to leave the prison of guilt. Ooh, big stuff. It is big stuff. And now we're like, how do you do that? How do you do all that? Well, let's get some advice. We've got 2 cards here. We've got meditation brings answers. This has been coming up a lot. And Bast from my Goddess Oracle deck. Bast, the goddess of independence. All right. I have said this before, I will say it again. Meditation comes in many different forms. And if sitting in silence is not your thing, don't worry about it. And if it is your thing, then this is your reverence. Now, think about what activities cause you to focus clearly, to become very, very present. That's where you're going to find your reverence. In those moments. I just talked about this in the reading for last week about why you need to be a hermit for an hour. This is crazy. And because when we're in, if jogging like gets you really present, then that's how you're going to touch God, right? Or your sense of spirit by running. Are you going to hike it out? Are you going to paint it out, write it out? Whatever it does, whatever it takes to get you fully present with the intention that you are approaching your sense of spirit with reverence, that is when we get permission to leave that prison of guilt, because that's when we touch God. That's when we touch our sense of spirit. No one else can forgive us. Oh my God. And that's where this Bast independent thing comes from. I mean, I said no one else can forgive us, but meaning I said that wrong. It's hard for us to forgive ourselves, and it doesn't matter if someone else says it's okay with them. We might still really not like ourselves or the thing that we did or didn't do. And that's why this reverence, this activity that can get you focused and clear and close to your sense of spirit is what you need, because when you've connected, because you have a feeling that is indescribable to other people, but for you, it's so relevant. It makes so much sense, whatever the feeling or the idea or the insight is, and you know it's true. You don't have to question it. You don't have to check it out with other people. But that ceremony, that ritual, that coming to God or spirit, it's between you and spirit. And you have to take this on, and you can, and you will feel better. It is here. Look, we've got lights coming down, arms wide open, waking up. None of this is threatening. It's all beautiful. It's all beautiful and waiting for you to turn this like Empress back upright. Wow. I really hope this gives you some help or some relief. If you'd like a personal reading to see how we can connect this more personally to you, please book with me at tiffanylives.com. You can follow me on Facebook. I'm at Tiffany Lives Tarot. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. And if you liked this video, please like, share, and subscribe. All right, I'm excited to hear about how this worked out for you. Take care. I'll see you next time.